And we're back again. Okay, welcome back everybody. Hopefully that will be the end of our technical issues, because this race goes by so quickly that if we have any, it's just gonna screw everything. But I think we got those all out of the way. Now let's get hype, let's get ready. We can see everybody in the lobby has got their own specific car, as we showed in the pre-show. Their parameters that they specifically made using parameter tokens have gone into constructing their unique rally car. They've gotten about 15 minutes to test these this track, Tappa 2. Tappa 2 has been split into 4 special stages, and it is one full power stage as well. We're headed to special stage 1 right now. I'm not sure who we'll be starting with. And remember, we've got the scenic cameras as well. Now, I do apologize, Pokers. It looks like there was a car added, but it's not going to be a big issue. Okay, and Bambrilla is going to be beginning us here. Where is he? Where is he? Okay, here we go. All right, very good. We got Pokers on that scenic cam. I'll be showing the overhead, but keep in mind, we'll have that next person starting shortly. Now, we got to restart here. All good, all good. Okay, and Brambilla is away. Ooh, rocky beginning for him. We can see this track does also seem quite windy and quite technical. Okay, so Pokers can continue the camera on Brambilla. I'm going to go over to Capetta, who has just begun. And we can see the drivers so far colliding with wall after wall. This is quite a narrow track, and it also seems to be quite a slidey track as well. Okay, so we do have one after another. Our drivers are beginning. 75% done for Brambilla. Capetta, about 60%. I'm going to go ahead and hop over to Gigi, who I don't believe was here last week, but is here now. Now he does tip the wall into that tricky turn. If I can just remember how to do that. Lovely, lovely. Okay, Capetta finishing up. GG using the walls to his advantage when possible. Getting a nice wall bang, slight wall ride as well. And he is up and away. We got a straight shot to finish this off. You can get a little double view on, oh, Angelo getting turned around. That is not going to be good. Tricky to get turned back around when you're in the corner like that. Zephyr, in the meantime, on the picture-in-picture, while we see Angelo finishes up his track, flipping over to the B here for me. And we got another tricky part for him. Let's see how he handles it. Is going to get caught up on the wall a little bit, but otherwise, nice execution by him. R6 Turbo on the picture-in-picture. R6 Turbo has been one of our front runners, but he does flip the car early on. R6 is someone who I talked about was a standout for me personally, but really, After the fact, it looked like Etnico was actually a huge standout. So I'm excited to see how he does. And of course, Powerade in third place overall is who we're watching on the main screen right now. And look at that expertise with which he executes. No walls needed for him. We've got Etnico. Let's give the double show to Etnico for a moment here. Yeah, exactly. Just like that. I'll go ahead and stream as well, Pokers, so you can see my point of view in real time. We got Etnico finishing up his race, and he looked quite clean. Vasovsky, our overall leader, we flipped to him. He was turned around. He's losing a little bit of time on the walls as well. Big slowdown for that. And is just going to finish off this straight shot. Okay. And so we can tell by the best lap times. I believe we can tell who did the best. We're looking at Etnico beating out Vasovsky. Powerade actually had a sub 1 minute, which seems to be by far the best placement. GG with almost a sub 1 minute 2 second. Bambria actually with a very great time. So I do wonder. I want to be sure I'm commentating this correctly. These best lap times may not be 100% accurate, but if they are, Powerade with a blistering fast special stage 1. Okay. Headed on to that special stage 2. Very happy to see the technical issues are behind us. And I do believe we go in the same order every time. So we'll be back to Brambilla here to start us off on special stage 2. And keep in mind, the stage that we just saw and the stage that we're about to see are both going to be making a full return in the power stage. So it is Brambilla who is getting a lot of speed. And we can see that lap start to tick down right there. So, Brambilla, it does seem like those times are accurate. Oh, off the track entirely. Oh, that's going to be a big time loss for Brambilla. He almost did something incredible using the top of the walls to his advantage, but unfortunately it did not pan out for him. But still, blistering fast through, does get tipped off by one of those walls jutting out in one of the more technical sections of this track. We can see him continuing to whip through, he's controlling his speed, we can say, through these trickier sections, and he is done with the lap. We can see that is it. GG, 60% of the way through those windy corridors. Okay, we saw Brambilla get turned around there, but GG going to be avoiding that issue. And Brambilla, despite having a great special stage 1, did have a bit of a, we could say, rickety stage 2. We'll be seeing how his time stacks up to the others shortly. In the meantime, Zephyr's once again at the problem area for many of these racers. But he's doing quite well, drifting through these corridors. One more tricky spot. Oh my, look at that execution by Zephyr's. Really something, a sight to behold. We've got R6 Turbo on the main screen. I know we got some R6 Turbo fans in the chat as well. He is not looking the cleanest through this section, but he's not getting turned around, which is definitely important. We've seen many cars getting beaten up on this track, but despite the slow-ish speed, he's managed to find a lot of control through that area. Now let's give the double spectate on Powerade for a moment here. I've got the overhead cam. Pokers has got the picture-in-picture. Powerade has been a front runner, like we said, currently third place overall, and he is whipping it through. Now we're down to Vasovsky as well as Etnico. And I think that we gave a lot of coverage on Etnico last time, so let's see how Vasovsky is doing. through this. Keep in mind, he had a not so stellar special stage 1. So we'll see how he's able to recover here in the special stage 2. He's looking pretty clean. Nothing that particularly caught my attention, but still just some clean driving. His best lap was 37.426, which seems to be by far and away the best lap time. And indeed, oh, except for, is that R6 or is that Powerade? I think we got Powerade and Etnico also with those 37s. 37.191 for Powerade, 37.121 for Etnico, and Vasovsky 37.426. Okay, Brambilla not able to stack up to the competition like he did last time, falling back about 5 seconds there. We are headed to the next track. Vasovsky, like we said, he's got his work cut out for him here, especially since he wasn't head and shoulders the winner of Special Stage 2. In fact, he wasn't the winner at all of Special Stage 2. I think he got 3rd place in that Special Stage 2. We're headed to Special Stage 3 here. Big honk coming out. Love those honks. Okay, and on to Brambilla, who is starting us off. Once again, apologies to Pokers for not getting him that car. It's going to be the mystery car for him, but don't worry, these are the same cars. Capetta is beginning. Hey, Capetta is Ezio. Oh, okay, just some lag. Might have been cleaner than it appeared, but that section right at about 25% seems to be catching people off guard. Now I'm covering GG here. Gets turned around early, and that jutting section of the wall might be a killer. Let's see how Angelo handles it. Looking decent for Angelo, but didn't set himself up well for the 180. Gonna tune into Angelo, who is, I'm sorry, Zephyr, who is just now beginning his track. Okay, decent. Okay, Zephyr's looking pretty strong there. Let's tune into the B. Decent. R6 up next. Okay, R6 accelerating straight out that turn. Great execution there. As we see Powerade, and it looks like the pretty much everyone is colliding with those walls to some extent. Might be a method to help them get set up properly, or it might just be due to a lack of time for preparation. Okay, decent by Etnico. Now let's see how Vasovsky deals with this. Our last driver in the mix. Wow, look at that, and we get the dash cam as well, and honestly it's a great view to look at. Vasovsky looking impeccable here so far. Now I am going to give Etnico a little bit of time as he finishes up his track. Okay, whoa, clean out of Etnico as well. Etnico was one of the drivers that beat Vasovsky's time. Again, Vasovsky, our overall first place as we head into Tappa 2. I say head in, but we just finished Special Stage 3 in a hurry. Now let's see those best lap times. 37.510 for Vasovsky. Anybody competing with that? 37.771 for Etnico. Okay, so it does look like Etnico was the only one that was able to really keep it close to Vasovsky. We had Powerade about over a full second behind him. So Vasovsky is putting in that recomp work. We're headed to Special Stage 4. This is the last special stage before we'll do the power stage. And the power stage is all 4 special stages put together. Points are on the line for the power stage individually. You can get up to 5 points for your performance in the power stage. So after all 4 of these special stages get driven, we'll see who is able to put together the full puzzle the best. Etnico is someone who might be leading the entire thing right now. He's looked super strong. And Powerade as well. He did slip a little bit there on the special stage 3. But otherwise. Okay, and Brambilla is starting special stage 4 here. Wow. Very fast speed, but huge punishment for going for it. We've now got Ezio Dio, aka Capetta. Brambilla continuing to wreck in these tight turns. We'll see if Ezio Dio duplicates those errors. Looking nice. Oh, and it tricks you. It gets you. It almost is like a trap. It leads you straight into that trap. So that's definitely the area that I'm going to be keeping tight coverage of, is that trap section. It really leads you right into it. And it is early on in the track. I think Angelo's at it right now. Gets a nice wall bang. Decent. Okay, all things considered, the way you're supposed to execute on that, it looked about as close to the money as you could. Zephyrs gets flipped upside down before it can even happen. Oh my, okay, he's trying to set himself up for the exit, but not as well as he hoped for. The B, excellent. Just using the wall to help him out there. And I do think that that actually might be the best route. We're gonna see R6 Turbo banging off all of these walls, almost gets turned around 180, does get bailed out there at the last second. Now we got Powerade headed for the same section. Let's see how he handles it. 1, 2, and slow down. Ooh, Powerade. Really impressing me there. And you know what? Let's see a little bit more of Powerade here as he continues to make it through these windy corridors. Special stage 4 is definitely a killer here, but Powerade makes it look simple. Simpler than it ever showed. We see Vasowski taking the tricky turn, and he does so with expertise as well. Back on Etnico, we'll do the double cam of him looking clean through those final turns. Vasowski, the last driver of special stage 4, he's got 20% of the track left to go. Just a small collision there, and it actually helps straighten him out a little bit. All right, let's check out those best lap times. 36.235 for Vasowski, 36.656 for Gigi. Whoa, 35.787 for Powerade, he's still in it, and a 36.640 for Etnico, he's still in this as well. Powerade best speed on the entire special stage 4. Etnico keeping it close and competitive with Vasowski. And of course, we've also got Gigi, who has been mentioned a number of times as being in the mix. We are headed to the power stage, Tappa 2, all 4 special stages put together. And chat, who do we think it's gonna be? Now, we do have points for this power stage individually, and then we've also got overall points, up to 20 points for your overall position, and that includes a power stage. So all of these special stages have been quite important, of course, but this power stage takes the cake. It's not only the longest track, but it also is the only one where you can get points for the individual track. So we are going to be started shortly. I see we got Steve's Camp in the chat. Welcome in. We are here with our last track, so stay tuned in, and you might, if you blink, you might miss it. We do have Brambilla starting us off here, and we can see this is back at special stage 1. This is where Brambilla performed especially well. He got an excellent best lap time on special stage 1, and he is performing quite well so far. Okay, whoa, Brambilla is burning through special stage 1. Now he does have that tight 180. He manages to use the wall to help him out, but then gets turned around. All right, tuning over here, we've got Capetta, aka Ezio Dio, who has also started his race. Now, I do want to give a bit of a spotlight on Gigi. He's been a top performer in Tappa 2, and he's been strongly contending with the very top of the field, even Vasovsky and Etnico and Powerade. So we'll see what Gigi is able to do here. He's got great time through special stage 1 so far, almost flips over, but is able to keep all 4 wheels on the ground. Wheels down, I almost said wheels up, but wheels down. 180, looking excellent. Now, who did we have that just started? Angelo. And in the meantime, we've got the picture-in-picture going on covering Brambilla as well as Ezio Dio here and there. Again, apologies for Brambilla on that mystery car. We've got Angelo and Zephyr who have now just begun, so I am going to shortly take the spotlight off of Gigi. If you want to keep it going in the picture-in-picture, that would be excellent. In the meantime, Angelo, Zephyr, and the B, they haven't gotten coverage yet, but they have begun on this power stage. Angelo taking it smooth and steady, perhaps a little bit slow as well if we want to add a third S word in there. But he is making it work to his advantage nonetheless. And a straight spot like this is definitely going to be detrimental to Powerade's car parameters. I will say he is the only one on the field rocking such a low top speed, and yet he has been able to perform quite impressively with it. Now we see Zephyr's here as well. We'll see how he handles this section. Okay, gotta watch out for the bump, and he does indeed. Got a straight shot. Moving on, we've got R6 Turbo, the crowd favorite of sorts, at least in our Twitch chat so far it does seem. He's got some fans cheering for him. Will he handle through that 180? Indeed he will. Okay. Now does run into some issues here and there. Mostly able to straighten it out. Now, Powerade is beginning. He's about 20% done. He's definitely one of the racers to watch. His special stage 2 didn't quite stack up to Vasovsky's, but his special stage 4 beat Vasovsky, and his first and second stage were great as well. Now, people challenging Vasovsky besides Powerade, we've got Gigi, who is just now finishing up his race. Thank you for getting coverage on that. And we've also got Etnico, who just now began his race. Now, this is the section that Powerade is going to struggle at. You can see his top speed has basically fully been realized very quickly on in that straightaway, but there's only that one straightaway, and the rest is just a tangled mess, tangled ruins of sorts that they are whipping these cars through with great ease. They make it look, I will mention. In the meantime, we do have Angelo finishing up his track, the B not too far behind him. I'll see how R6 is doing. Now, if we could get the picture-in-picture on a little bit of Powerade here and there as he continues his way through. He has once again been one of those front runners. Ooh, a moment of hesitation there from Powerade, but he doesn't. It doesn't get drawn out, right? He's able to keep that rep contained, able to keep the show going on. We do have Etnico right now on our screen, 50% of the way done. We're definitely going to have to watch Etnico as this race continues to reach further and further complexities, especially on stage 3 and 4. The complexity is busted through the roof. You see Vasovsky as well, rocketing through, and he does have that a maxed out top speed, so straightaway sections like that going to be no issue for him. And we do see Powerade making his way through, and we'll get the double cam on Powerade as he finishes up this last 10% of track. An extended 180. Oh, great execution. One more, not as great, but he gets it straightened out. Okay, clean driving by Powerade. We've also got Etnico in the mix. You can get Etnico, and I'll get Vasoski. Indeed. So Etnico in the picture, the last 10%. Vasoski on the main screen with the last 20%, and then this race is done. Vasoski making his way through those. This is a tricky area, and he manages to execute perfectly on it twice in a row. Those lingering bumps on the track worried me for a moment, but he does make his way through. Etnico has finished his track. Vasoski, the last 5% here. Final turns. Okay, now let's see those best laps. This should conclude our races for today. But as far as best lap goes, 2:51 for Vasoski. Wow. Nobody is even close. The closest is Powerade there, but he is about 3 seconds behind, a little bit less than 3 seconds behind. So Jesus, Vasoski was really able to seal the deal there. Now it's not a guaranteed first place for him overall, because I don't think we saw him with a first place finish on any of the 4 special stages, but able to get a huge amount of time there on the power stage. Now looking at the other drivers, we did see GG the sub 3 minutes, R6 just barely over 3 minutes, Powerade 2:54, nothing to scoff at, beating out Etnico as well. And so we beating out Etnico by about a full second, and so it is up in the air whether Powerade or Etnico grabbed second. Actually first, second, and third are kind of all up for grabs. And then we've also got GG, who's kind of a question mark. I'm assuming GG finishing out in 4th place as a result of that 2:59 finish on the power stage. But what we know for sure, Vasoski taking home 5 points from the power stage. Powerade, 4 points. Etnico, 3 points. And I'm not sure who got 4th or 5th. I think GG got 2 points or maybe 1 point there. Now, as for adding all of these times together, also we might have a rerun for people. We'll get that sorted out, but that might be the end of our races today. I wish that we could get the scores for y'all now, before the stream ends. Unfortunately, it does take some time to do that, so we do kind of have to go based on feeling. But with a 3-second lead over Powerade, and I think a 4-second lead over Etnico, that's got to be the lockdown for Vasoski. We'll see. R6 Turbo saying honk over Caressa. So, chat. I do believe that is going to conclude our races for today. I'm going to message Bimmy real quick and see if we could get those. We'll see what's going on soon. But we're having a for fun race here. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to stick around for this for fun race, please feel free to. But that is the end of our official coverage of the EARC 2023 Alias Revolt Master Rally Championship. We've got 2 more rounds left to go, round 3 and round 4. I think it's 2 weeks from now will be round 3. We saw Vasoski was down in the dumps, and that's not a metaphor. I mean, compared to what Vasoski is usually able to execute on, Vasoski was lagging. He was lacking. He was getting beat, but the thing was, the margins weren't huge, right? Each time that Vasoski, we saw he was in 3rd place, maybe 4th place. He was only, 200, 300 milliseconds behind. So with a blistering 3, 4, even 5-second lead on the competition there in the power stage, I've got to think that's all it took for Vasoski to lock it down. I do see we got our numbers here. I didn't even notice the numbers on the side. And I think it was Brambia who went with the 69. So shout out to him. We are gonna have a nice little for fun race here. Oh no, oh no. I'm leaking. Everyone ignore that. Everyone ignore that. Everyone ignore that. It's a good thing I don't talk major shit in the DMs, alright? Right, pokers? It's a good thing I don't talk major shit in the DMs, or we would be in trouble. So that was your Discord leak of the day. You'll probably get another one in 2 weeks from now in our next stream. If you want to get a look into the personal lives of Honk and Pokers, that was your chance. See what we talk about. Jesus Christ. In the meantime, moving so swiftly along, we do have our for fun race finishing us off. Alright, Steve's camp. You better watch your mouth. That's all I'm gonna say. Ooh! So we see Ezio Dio has been running this fun race, but Vasovsky challenging him every step of the way. He's been looking for his moment in. Okay. And we got GG moving into second. Now GG is someone who got covered a decent bit. He was right there on the precipice, right, of being one of those major contenders, but he just fell a little bit short, especially on the power stage. That just barely sub 3 minutes. Otherwise, GG was looking extremely hot moving in to Tappa 3. But still, nothing to scoff at. He had a great performance. It's just, you could tell he was right there on the brink of being able to grab just a little bit more for himself. And look at Etnico. It has been such a trouble area for everybody. And really, the fun race puts that all into perspective right there. You really have to be ready. Because I think it's Bimmy who designed these tracks. Is Bimmy solo design? Ooh, Etnico on the nick, finishing in the Polish position in reverse. Well, hats off to whoever is designing these tracks, right? Because you say, oh, it's a Lego track, right? Oh, it's a Lego track, and you think, you know. You think certain things about it, but the thing is, these people over at Alias Revolt Master, it's not just Bimmy who designed these tracks for the ARC, but we see Lego tracks used a lot in Alias Revolt Master events, and each and every time they're fantastic. I would love to be able to be at the next Christmas event by Alias Revolt Master. Where they all create a custom track and they all race on it and have a competition with it. Now that was a fun event. Okay, so we are concluding here. We'll see ya in 2 weeks, he says, and that is the truth. We will see y'all in 2 weeks with Tappa 3, I'm assuming. Results should be ready shortly. Powerade doesn't get to finish. He's on that 88%. Kind of rude there. Okay. Okay. Thanks again to Pokers for our picture-in-picture. Sorry for leaking our DMs together every single week. Every time that you do picture-in-picture with me. And thank you to Bimmy for organizing, and I think for creating the tracks as well. Hopefully we've got some more Revolt action on the horizon as well. Indeed, Pokers. Hey, it was fun. You know, the world was a fun run. right? It was a fun. We all had fun. We all had a good time. But yeah, always love the competitive revolt action. I did hear mutterings in the text chat of today's lobby that maybe we'll have an Alias Revolt Master Formula 1 championship on the way too, which would be very cool to see. So I guess that concludes everything. If you've got competitive revolt action on the horizon and you'd like me to commentate it, feel free to reach out. I'm Uchagvik on Discord, which I'm sure I don't need to spell out for anyone. So just contact me. And that is going to be it for today. I keep talking. I guess I want to keep commentating. This event is kind of like a dessert, like a very high class dessert. You know, when you know, like it's nice, but you wish there was more. Once you finish, it's like, ah, that was really good, but I wish there was like a few more bites. You know what I mean? But I'll shut up now. Thank you, Steve Scamp. I'm not repeating that. And always good to have you supporting. No pokers. I think he called me revolting in a bad way, like a disgusting. But you know, Steve Scamp loves to say just the rudest things that he possibly can. So we're just gonna let him live, okay? We're just gonna let him live, and we're gonna move on with it. Thank you to the Italian community for having me, and ciao.